Greetings everybody, Lauren Montecon at Montecon Studio. So today I'm going to talk to you about a body of work and starting a body of work, which is unique to everybody. And I have a certain way that I start, and there are some, they're not rules, but guidelines that might help you along, because it can feel awfully intimidating to go, a body of work, I just make what I make and then there they are. But sometimes when you set some parameters for yourself, you might be surprised how you start seeing a conversation, a larger picture, a larger narration that starts coming together in an exciting way. So some of the things I want to begin with is how you might think about starting. And you can refer to my meditation that I have. It's on the YouTube videos on past, present, and future. And you might think about paper, canvas, or wood panels. You know, just that alone brings you to having to make a decision. Am I someone who prefers paper? Do I prefer panels, or do I prefer canvas? Maybe you work on all of them, but with the body of work, sometimes when you take your parameters and kind of tighten them in a little bit, your limitations actually give you more freedom within the work that you're making. So I have a couple of things that I have here, like up above on the wall, I have wood panels. I have 4 of them. Size, you want to think about your size. These are smaller. Do you want them to be squares? Do you want them to be rectangles? Now, if you're like me, when I work and I work abstractly, I'm often turning them. So it's very easy that 2 become rectangle, horizontal, and then 2 become vertical. But to begin, just to get my thoughts kind of like my chaos into order, I might start them all the same way. So those are my wood panels, and I'm going to begin in a moment. And then I went and I taped off some paper. I also have 2 on the wall, but they're all the same size. And I will often work on wood panels and paper the same size, just to really keep my options open, but the same parameters. Notice how they're not squares, but they're rectangles, just like the ones that are on the wall. Now, I'm a huge fan of what I call mucking up before I begin. And anybody who has been watching my YouTube videos or has taken my classes, they know I talk about mucking up till the work starts telling me what it wants to be. You might have an idea right away of what your body of work wants to begin with. Unless you're working representational, I always say, well, keep your options open a little bit. Like, what if you took a Mary Oliver poem and just the first 2 lines, and it was a way to enter in? Or let's say I'm here right now and I say, I'm looking at the first word I just saw was express. I'm like, okay, you can get a little, because we are expressing here. Maybe I could get a little more defined. Let's see, exclave, that's a word. A part of a country, province, or the like, which is disjoined from the main part. Let's go with that. Okay. So I'm just thinking to myself, one way, when you're beginning, if you're going to have multiple layers, I might come in and start by having one shape, but maybe different sizes. How about I have one main part and then maybe disjoin. What was the word that I had? It was called, I already lost it. Not exclude. That's okay. What I remember from it is a part, exclave, a part of a country, province, or the like, which is disjoined from the main part. A way to enter. I'm just like thinking, okay, a way to enter. This is paper, but when I'm working on wood panels, I've got this. When I'm working on wood panels, I go a little differently. And what I'd like to say about that is, I begin with my wood panels with my homemade rabbitskin glue and calcium carbonate. And if you're wondering what that is, Alchemy of Mixed Media. It's an online class that I offer. You can always refer to that. And it talks about how I work with calcium carbonates and rabbitskin glues. It's just my way. You all might like to use a pencil, or maybe some of you might to start with pastel, or maybe it's the ritual of gessoing your surfaces. This is a little like gessoing, so I'm going to start with these 4 panels, and I'm going to think about them being related, not as like one piece. The word was exclave, right? Something that's disjointed from something else. Similar shape, spring order, dissimilar shape, spring chaos. So I'm not really going to do the triangle. I'm going to do more of, can I do that same shape, smaller? I'm now going to take my handmade gesso. What can I do on each one of these that kind of bring a similar all this might change. By the way, this is the calcium carbonate, and this is rabbitskin glue by itself, and then I cooked it, and this is the gesso. Color, that's another way. How about if I hard on the wall. So what I'm going to do now is put it up, down on the table, but before I do, I'm going to add another element that they're all going to share, and that is collage. I hear my phone in the background. So what I'm thinking about as I'm doing all these 4 panels, in the end, I might not have any of this that you notice or see, but it is a way at first to say, okay, we're a family. We kind of belong together. We're going to go out and become individuals, but right now we're going to start as a family. And if you're not sure what to do, limit yourself. Say, I'm only going to work with 3 colors. If I'm going to have collage in there, I'm going to maybe use the same kind of paper, but maybe a different shape or a different size. You know, now they're starting to talk to each other a little bit. A little bit. If I don't like anything that I've done, I like to use this, right? Talked to you guys about that before. This, when you're doing a handmade gesso, it will set more opaque. It's going on pretty transparent. Pull that off. So these are pretty raw, pretty rough, pretty, you know, how far can you get in 3 minutes of a demo? But as you can see, started with a blue, pastel, a little charcoal, a little paper. I could keep building this up with just that idea in mind. Oh, I have another idea. Let me see if I can find I'm adding another color. Now it's not so easy to keep going because it's wet, but they're all kind of wobbly, sobbly, but when you look at them, you're saying, oh, I see. Body of work, it's beginning, they're all beginning together. Perhaps they'll stay as a grouping, or one might become unruly and go off on its own. That was an oil pastel. Here I am with my pencil, moving forward. Didn't bring any paint in, but we might. Paper. Now if I bring that one color into all three, the brown, the brown, the brown, the blue, the blue, the blue, the pink, the pink, the pink, and just kind of leave it alone for a little while and then come back tomorrow and see if another color wants to be introduced, or keep going with what I got. I'm just kind of giving you ways to think about groupings when you begin, having more than one piece going on, so you're not treating it so precious, to allow for your thoughts to kind of take a risk on one of the pieces, because you have 3 of them, right? Or actually 5. If I'm starting this way, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. What a mess. I think you guys kind of get the drift. The drift. So, starting a body of work. No rhyme or reason, but you might think about same size, same material, same color palette, or charcoal with pastel, and maybe 3 colors to start with, and then kind of expand on it and see what happens. Okay? Have fun out there. See you next time.